Hey everybody, J-Man here for another Spawn comic book review. We're doing King Spawn number 16. So I've been really loving all these Spawn books. As you know, I've been doing every one of them for a while now, so check out those videos. Make sure you like and subscribe if you feel that you want to. I'm really close to 1,000. I'm pushing really hard. I keep forgetting to remind people, and my friends keep saying you're not reminding anybody. So I'm reminding you, if you do like it. If you don't, that's okay. If you don't want to subscribe, no worries. So King Spawn number 16, we're going to do this using my space method of reviewing, which is story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each one of those categories gets a score between 0 for garbage, 2 for really good. That gives you a final score. When you add them all up, you get a final score out of 10. If a comic book gets 5 out of 10, that means every category, let's say, gets a 1. That means it's a good comic. 5 out of 10 means you're going to read it once, you'll enjoy it. 5 or 6. 7 or 8, you're probably going to want to buy the comic, right? 9 or 10, obviously you're going to want to buy the comic and maybe even reread it a couple of times. Comics are graded against themselves and their genre. So I'm not grading this comic against The Watchmen or Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run. I'm grading this against other Spawn comics and sort of supernatural horror kind of comics in general. So what does this deliver? I'm paying $2.99, which is a great price. The quality of the paper is good. You got the harder cardstock covers. Still the best, cheapest comic value, best value for the price. I just bought a couple of Marvel comics today. I know. And they were like $5, and it's like, really? Like, this is much better for $3. So anyway, for the storyline of King Spawn, you know, it's really getting a lot better than it started out being like my weakest one, but I don't know, I've kind of gotten into it now. I like all 4 Spawn comics. I think Gunslinger's my favorite if I have to pick, and then if I have to pick again, it's probably Spawn and then Scorched and then King Spawn, which makes it sound like King Spawn's the weakest, but I don't want to have the word weak associated with any of these Spawn titles because this is still awesome. I'm gonna give the storyline 1.5, man. I don't know, I'm getting pumped up for it. I know that, okay, the first part here is a recap of the Dead Zones, and in this one, he's got his little team of guys, right, Spawn, and he's opened up a little crack, and he's sending them in to get Wanda's soul back. I think this is really cool. We have a little bit of a backstory with him and Terry doing a mission, which I'll get to. I'm not gonna spoil anything really, but yeah. I'm liking the story a lot. I don't know. I just like this idea of getting guys together, especially in this issue. Like I'm talking about this issue, getting guys together and saying, okay, you're going on a mission. He's like, look, I'm the king. So if I'm the king and you're bowing down to me, then you got to do what I tell you. That's your mission. I like that. I like the stuff with Terry. He's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do. I like Al and him meeting up and talking about an old mission, which is relevant. Yeah, I thought the story was put together very good in this book. 1.5 out of 2. For pacing, I'm giving it a friggin' 2 out of 2, man. This was fast paced. Like these issues are all fast paced. You really like just breeze through them. And it's like they're page turners, man. Like you get to this halfway point, you're like, whoa, I'm already halfway done. You almost wish they'd be a little bit longer sometimes, right? But it does keep the excitement up. I definitely can't wait to get the new issue of King Spawn when it comes out now. Artistry, I'm going to give it 1.5. I'm close to giving. No, I'm going to give it a 1.5. I'm giving it 1.5. I almost gave it a 2. The reason I'm giving it a 1.5 is that some of these pages towards the end here get very dark, and this flashback, I don't think the flashback mission here wasn't as inspiring as the first parts, though. Like, okay, this is a nice page. This is just a recap page, but I love this page. That's amazing. And I love this page. Okay. Now, when I'm giving the art 1.5, again, I'm not saying this is better than Jack Kirby art or something, right? Like, again, we're talking in the realm of Spawn, horror kind of sci-fi or horror fantasy comic books. We're not talking about this, versus John Byrne or something, right? Or Neil Adams. We're talking just for this comic. I'm giving it a 1.5 out of 2, near perfect for this comic. I do like this kind of layout. That's not too bad. There's a page that's coming up that's really amazing. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, Image used to do this all the time. I love the way they do that. I think it's just so cool. So yeah, 1.5. So that's 1.5 for story, 2, 3. So we're at 5. We're already at a 5 out of 10 comic, and we still have the characters and the enjoyment. So for the characters, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2. I like King Spawn. I like Terry. Obviously, I like Spawn. I mean, Al Simmons. Can't get a handle in this issue for the other characters. They're there. They look cool. Like Jason Wynn is there. You know, there's another character that appears. So they're okay. I'm not like super dying over those guys, but Al and Terry are good. So that gives it a 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2 is a good score. That's your average good score. Enjoyment. So what are we at? We're at 6. I'm going to give enjoyment 1.5. So 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Enjoyment, I gave it 1.5 because it's like, I did really enjoy it. It wasn't like the damn best where after I read, I was like, hell yeah, you know, but I was like, yes, this is really good. So I think the flashback was okay. I understand it's needed, but I just didn't care that much about it. I was almost like would have rather have had extra pages of them going into the dead zones. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Amazing comic. Great pickup this week. I also picked up Deadpool #1, and I picked up Batman, Joker, Deadly Duo, which is Marc Silvestri. So is he still an Image guy? Does he? I guess he still does Image stuff, right? Although this is obviously a DC book. But hopefully I might not review those. So unless there's interest, I probably won't review those. But yeah, King Spawn, man, this is awesome stuff. So that is it. All right, guys, until next time.